So our first word is kick off. Actually, it's a phrasal verb.
So we are about to kick off the Spider-Man No Way Home press tour, and where better to do that than in Paris?
And it just means to start. Let's start, let's go, let's kick it off. So yeah, kick off just means to start. So in this case, they were kicking off, they were starting their movie tour in Paris. Lucky. So you can kick off a game. So think of a football, whatever kind of football you want it to be. Soccer, am I allowed to say that? So a football game, you can kick it off. In American football games, the actual start of the game is called the kickoff, where they line up and they kick the ball down the field, and it's actually called the kickoff because it just means the start, the beginning. You don't usually use things in that way, but I've definitely heard when I haven't watched that many, some soccer games, football games, they will say, all right, let's go ahead and kick it off. And so it just means to start. So you'll hear kick it off when we're referring to like a specific game or a specific event. So maybe like if there was like some sort of like charity event or some sort of party that you were going to, you might say, all right, guys, it's time. Let's go ahead and kick it off. And that just means let's go ahead and start. Let's go ahead and get it started. You can also say, let's kick off the festivities. So same thing. Let's kick it off. Let's get it started. So let's start would kind of be the same as kick off. And then let's get it started, or let's start it would be kind of the same as let's kick it off. So that's kind of when you use it and when you don't. You can really use either one in any situation. There really isn't a time where you can really only use one versus the other. But kick it off is a little more specific. Although when you're talking about kicking something off, then if you're just saying let's kick it off or let's kick off, then it really is, you're talking about a specific event. The person probably knows what you're talking about. Also, with games, sometimes if a game has had a delay, this happens more with soccer, football. Maybe there was a penalty or someone scored a goal and there was a bunch of celebrating, and so maybe players have kind of dispersed a little bit and they've got to come back together, and we kick off again. So we just start up again. All right, so let's kick it off. Let's kick off. And so it's just let's start again, let's resume. So resume, let's continue. So that can be used in sports a lot as well. That's not really used, I don't really hear that in American football, and I don't recall hearing that in basketball, and I've been watching a lot of both of those lately. So that really is something that I usually just hear in soccer, football games. Kickoff can also mean there's going to be a brouhaha. So some things are about to go down. So kick off a fight. What kicked off that fight? Wow, that was crazy. What kicked that off? So you can use it in that way too. So it kind of kicked off. It could be a physical fight, or it could be like an almost fight. You know, when people are like, they're getting all aggressive and like they're talking loud and like, oh, the hands are going. And like, you're like, oh, what's about to happen here? So you're like kicking off some melee. You're kicking off some aggressive behavior. So it could become physical, like a real fight, or it could just like almost reach that point, but not quite. And you might say, wow, I can't believe just making that comment kicked that off, or what kicked that off, or that was crazy, I can't believe it kicked off like that. So in this case, kicked off, you kind of were starting something, and the thing that you were starting made someone very angry and aggressive and ready to fight. So in this case, you're just kicking off a whole lot of negativity. Our next phrase is let's do this.
Paris Junket Day.
Let's do this, which just means let's go. This is like you're excited, like let's do this. So maybe you are like about to run into the ocean. So you're on the beach and it's you and your friends and you guys want to like run into the ocean and go swimming and you're like, let's do this. And then you like all run in, you're like, yeah. So it's definitely jovial, definitely really happy, like yay, something exciting is happening and we are about to start it. We're like, let's do this. You could do it before a game, before any sort of game where you're like, everyone's like hopped up and excited and they're like, yeah, and you can be like, let's do this. So you could definitely use it in that way too. It's really anything where you're just saying, let's go, let's start, but it's like, you're like really excited, like, woo, yeah. That is let's do this. It doesn't always have to be like and at the beginning of something that's physical that's going to take place. You could be a little bit calmer. You could be at work. I guess you could be at school, a class that you're just really excited about. And, so maybe you're at work and you guys are doing this project and you guys are sitting down and brainstorming and someone comes up with a good idea and you're like, yes. And you're ready to get started on it and you're like, let's do this. Or maybe like before a marketing presentation and you guys are just going over like last minute notes, like I'm going to say this, you're going to say that. Are we ready? Yep, we're ready. All right, let's do this. So it's just whatever it is, it's definitely something positive that's happening. It can be like, woo, before you're about to do something physical. Or it can just be like, we got this. Let's do this. All right, come on. Yeah. Like a little bit of like a confidence boost where you're like rallying the troops either way. I guess if you're going to use it in a school setting, you could do it before you're doing your presentation. You could do it maybe if you're about to start studying something, but you're definitely excited about how something is going and you're like ready to go. You're ready to get started. You're like getting a little pumped up. Let's do this. Our next phrase is go get mine.
Electro is like the world did me wrong. Now I got this energy. I'm about to go get mine. You're not gonna take this away from me.
So go get mine is a little slangy. It's definitely slang, and I don't usually do slang because, it comes and goes. It's very trendy. But this one, I feel like it's been around for a little bit. I think it's here to stay. So go get mine just means I'm going to go get what I deserve. I'm going to get what belongs to me. I'm going to get what I am owed. So maybe you have put in a lot of work and you feel like it is time for you to get the benefits that should come from that work. It is time for you to reap the rewards. And you're like, I'm going to go get mine. It's also like an action phrase, like I'm going to go. You are going to, maybe you want a raise from your boss. And you're talking to, maybe it's your significant other, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a coworker, and you're like, these are all the reasons that I deserve a raise. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna ask for a raise. I'm gonna go get mine. So you're just saying I'm gonna get what I deserve, and you're not saying it in a negative way. You're not even being like super hubris or super arrogant. You're just like, I'm owed this. I've done the work. I've put in the time. This is what belongs to me. You're just claiming what's yours. It could be, now maybe you're claiming something because you're mad at somebody and you're like, you have wronged me. You took my stuff. You stole my promotion and I'm not having it. I'm going to go get mine. So I'm going to go get what I deserve. You took my promotion, but you know what? I'm going to actually get the job. I'm going to get a better job. I'm going to go get mine. So all you're doing is saying, I'm going to get what I deserve. I'm going to get what's owed to me. You could say it as I'm going to get what's coming to me, although I'm going to get what's coming to me could be a little more negative, but I'm going to get what I should be getting. And whatever it is that you're getting, you view it as a positive thing. You view it as you're going to get something good, something that you deserve, something that you are owed. All right, so our last word for this video is marvel.
I think people are going to be really surprised. They're going to marvel. Oh, damn.
So Marvel is a comic book series and like a bunch of movies. Also, it is a word that means wow. Like you're just looking at something and you're just astonished. You're amazed. You're just so impressed. Like maybe you are watching someone and they're going through a difficult time, but they're like so strong and they're handling it so well. And you're just thinking, wow, I marvel at the way that they handle that really difficult situation. I don't know if I could handle it so well. Or you can marvel at beautiful scenery. So maybe there's like a mountain and you see it for the first time and you're like, and you marvel at its beauty. You're like taken aback. You're like, whoa, that's impressive. That's beautiful. I'm marveling at that. In a sentence, you could say something like, I wake up every morning to the sunrise over the ocean and I just marvel at that view. I marvel at its beauty. I marvel at my life because I get to do that. So you're just like, wow. And it's like a real wow. This, like, you really are like, wow. Okay. So you really are just amazed and just as impressed as you can be. There is no sarcasm with this word. It is pure positivity. You can marvel at someone's ability to do something. I marvel at how amazing Steph Curry is at shooting 3-pointers. So you can marvel at anything. You can marvel at the way someone behaves. You can marvel at a skill that someone has. You can marvel at nature and just how beautiful it is. You can really marvel at anything. Okay, so if you liked this and you want more, I actually have 2 other videos about words and phrases from the Spider-Man movie. You can check those out on my channel. You can go over and subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, perhaps leave some of these words in a sentence. That would be pretty awesome. Ring the notification bell so you know when I do more videos like this. I have some other videos about TV series and I'll do some other movie ones. If you have a request, let me know and I will do my best. All right, that's it. Thanks guys. Bye.